Hello again. Here is an extraordinary, but nevertheless perfectly true story. An 11-year-old boy in Wiltshire was described by another 11-year-old as Shorty and Leprechaun. This was quite sufficient for the police in that county to make an official record of a non-crime hate incident. In the description to this video, I give a link to a news item about this. When we remember how reluctant are the police these days to concern themselves with real crimes, such as when our homes are broken into or our cars stolen, it might seem odd that the police should be able to spare the time to record over 17,000 of these non-crime hate incidents every single year. After all, most of us are not much bothered if somebody shouts shorty at us when we're walking down the street, but we really want to see some action taken when we get home and find that the car is missing or burglars have trashed our house. In the one case, the police are on it like a flash. In the other, they don't even bother to investigate. Why is that? The truth is that it's not because our police forces have become politicised and left-wing, although it's quite possible that they are both those things. It is more a matter of simple human nature. First of all, though, what actually is a non-crime hate incident? The College of Policing helpfully provides a definition which raises more questions than it answers. According to them, a non-crime hate incident is any incident where a crime has not been committed, but where it is perceived by the reporting person or any other person that the incident was motivated by hostility or prejudice. Now, I'm guessing that I'm not the only one that can spot an immediate flaw in this definition, which becomes apparent in the first dozen words. Any incident where a crime has not been committed. Straight away, when we learn that a crime has not been committed, this removes it from the proper sphere of action of the police, whose job really entails preventing and detecting crime. Crime is what they deal with. If no crime has been committed, then the police may safely leave the scene and go off in search of crimes to solve and see if they can catch a few criminals. If no crime has been committed, then they have no business wasting their time further and could perhaps try and solve a few burglaries or car thefts. Actual crimes which have been committed. What possible point could there be in writing down reports and filing them about incidents where no crime has been committed? Well, there are two great advantages of this for the police. In the first place, it shows they are on top of homophobia, Islamophobia, transphobia, sexism, racism, and all those other bad things. They can do this without making a single arrest, which streamlines the entire process enormously. Looked at from the personal point of view of a police officer, this sort of thing is great. They don't actually have to try and solve a crime or track down a criminal and charge him, bring him before the courts and all that malarkey. That is, of course, because by definition, no crime has been committed. Even so, the officers can write out a report and then file it with their superiors, showing that there are no slouches when it comes to rooting out hostility and prejudice. When you arrest somebody and take them to court, there are all kinds of ways that the person might wriggle out of it by having a smart lawyer and so on. No chance of this with a non-crime hate incident. Once recorded, there is no right of appeal and it goes down on a person's record and will come up on enhanced DBS checks. Between 2014 and 2021, 120,000 people had things like non-crime hate incidents recorded against them. And a lot of the time they didn't even know that their names were going up on the database, that they had these things against them. Since it goes on to the DBS check, it could prevent them getting jobs as teachers, social workers, nurses, carers and so on. Because if a police check throws up something referring to hate or prejudice, you're not going to want to give that person a job, are you? All in all, these things are a godsend to the police because they can make it look as though they're being busy without actually dealing with crime at all.